Hi guys, my name is Maya Green and I did my presentation on how social media can affect our everyday lives. So social media, as you know, is an app, a website that you can create a profile about yourself, and on whatever website you're on or app you're on, you can share and post pictures. Some famous apps that I know of and you may know of is Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. There's also like Pinterest and Google, things like that are really popular and out today. Social media affects our social thought. It makes us sad when we see people having fun and they post pictures of them at a party that we never got invited to on the internet. And when you get on Twitter, sometimes you see a negative post, and that negative post can stick with you all day. Or you see like something sad on Twitter or something sad on Facebook that can stick with you all day and make you very sad and depressed and unhappy. Comparing your life to others, say you're on Twitter and you're scrolling through and you see this girl who just got her nails done and are so pretty, that right there can make you feel very sad because you're like, oh man, I need to go get my nails done because I'm not pretty enough like her. That right there is making your self esteem lower than probably what it is, or making it worse than what it is, because you are trying to compare yourself to someone on the internet who's just probably trying to post that to get a bunch of likes and get people to see what she got done and think that maybe she's rich or something. And you're just making yourself feel really bad when you are probably the perfect person ever. Thinking you have so many friends on social media can really put you down, because when you're in need of help or crisis or someone to talk to and you think your friends on social media are always going to be there, they're not. And when you are on Facebook and you have like 1,000 plus friends, some of those people actually might not be your friends. You might see them in public and be like, hey, what's up, dude? And they might be like, hi. And then you'll get really sad because you'll realize, oh, they're your friend on social media, but in person, they're not your friend at all. They just don't care as much as you cared. You put more interest into relationships and friendships on social media than like in person, and you have to be flashy. And sometimes we put our happiness on social media, but in reality, we're really sad and depressed and unhappy. So going on to increasing your trust with strangers that are your friends on social media, you could have met this girl on social media like 5 years ago and you guys been friends ever since, but you've never met in person, and you trust her with all your life. But then she goes and posts something on the internet about you that you told her not to tell anyone. That could really break your heart and break your trust. But that should also make you realize that you shouldn't put all your trust into someone that you meet on social media, because one, they could be a catfish and not the person they say they are. And two, you shouldn't trust someone on social media, honestly. Like, if you haven't met them in person, you shouldn't trust them on social media. So social media affects our social behavior. The first way I want to talk about is difficulty communicating. So social media can really make a big difference in the way you act when you communicate to people, because I've noticed that like when we're texting, we like put words like LOL and LMAFO and stuff like that. And then sometimes when we're talking to someone and realize, oh, we're having a real human conversation and not a text conversation, sometimes we say LOL, and grown-ups are like, what is LOL? Why did you say that? Instead of actually laughing. So I've realized kids have difficulty communicating with people and actually laughing instead of saying LOL. You know what I mean? And then also anxiety. Anxiety is a big thing with social media because people worry too much about what other people are going to post or what other people will say about them or what people are saying and they think it's about them. Anxiety really affects people when it comes to social media because we're just on it constantly worrying what other people are doing, what other people are saying. Like if we have a boyfriend and we're like, what's he liking? What's he doing? What's he saying? Who's he talking to? That can play a big role and give us some anxiety and worry about when it comes to our boyfriend on social media. And then also being addicted to social media can play a big role in our social behavior because say if we're having a conversation with our best friend and she's telling us something so important but yet we're on our phone just looking at it constantly, like trying to see what's new, what's cool, what everyone's doing, is like us just having our face shoved in our phone because we're so interested in social media, and like that affects us. Now, social media affects us on our sleep is a big thing because we go to sleep with our bed or our phone next to our bed. And so in the middle of the night, we'll wake up and look at our phone and then we're like, hey, what's on social media? Let's go look. And then we're on social media just like scrolling through, looking to see what people are posting. And then it takes us hours and hours to go back to sleep. Because I know I've done that before and it takes me hours to go back to sleep because I looked at my phone. Now, sometimes some people have eating habits when it comes to social media because we'll see a pretty girl on social media who's very fit and we're like, yeah, I want to get like her too. I want to get fit. Yeah, that looks sweet. But then we end up starving ourselves too much or eating way too much because we want to be just like someone on social media because they're maybe our role model or someone we look up to, and we're just like, yeah, I want to be just like them. I'm going to be fit and all this other stuff. And that really messes with our behavior because it's like it makes us be something that we're not. So we change ourselves to be like someone else. So we're comparing ourselves when we shouldn't be, and like it makes us act different and just really affects what we should be doing. So I put some examples for some social behavior for social media. When boys or girls go to like the Cheesecake Factory, for example, and they all sit down in a circle and they're all on their phones. Every single person is on their phone, not engaged or having a conversation with each other like people actually do. That right there shows that their behavior is so unreal because they are so connected to their phone, not connected to the conversation or the people around them, or actually having a good time and talking about interesting topics that are interesting, honestly. Another example is when a little girl's on her phone and her mother's actually having, like, talking to her. I've noticed this a lot. Like, when parents are talking to their children and their child is, like, really on their phone having a total different conversation with another person, their parent tends to stop the conversation and just keep doing what they're doing, not even worry about the child being on their phone. And they just kind of get irritated because the child's not even paying any attention to what they're saying. So the mom just keeps going back to what she's doing because the kid is so addicted to their phone that they're not even paying attention to what's going on around them. So some interesting facts that I found about social media are some people have selecting posting. So what I mean by that is that people select certain things that they want to put on their social media to make it seem like they have a good life and that they're having fun and that their life is literally spontaneous. And when other people that are at home on their phone looking at that can get sad and get upset about it and just get really depressed about it because they want to be like that too, but at the same time, that's them comparing themselves to the person who's doing the selective posting. Another one is social media can make a person look happier than what they are. So, I have a story about this girl. She actually killed herself because she was at college. She was a track star. She was so happy, the happiest girl ever, great runner, pretty person. And on social media, she would put happy stuff, post happy things, and like make her life seem like it was the most amazing thing. But when her parents would talk to her, she would just tell them that she's all right. She's okay, everything's going fine. College is fine. She's not stressed out. But then I guess a month or so after, she jumped off a building and killed herself. And it's actually a very sad story. And I just after I heard that story, I went and found her social media on Instagram, and her postings were so happy. Like, she looked like such a happy person. It just kind of makes you sit there and think, what was really going through this girl's head? Why didn't she ask for help? Like, what was going on? Why was she so happy on social media? But the way she was actually thinking was just like she was sad, you know? Makes you wonder sometimes. Another one is people spend 5 to 10 hours on social media. 50% of people sleep with their phones next to their bed. Teens check their phones 100 plus times a day. And people text and drive all throughout the day, causing accidents. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys liked my presentation on social media, and I hope it doesn't affect your guys' life. Have a great day.